Right, good morning, well, that's a lie, good afternoon. So it seems like the more people in the workshop, then I spend a lot less time, welcome to this episode anyway, but the less time I'm spending in the workshop, which is good. It's good for business, because I spend more time doing paperwork, or I should, but it seems to be that I spend more time in the car on the road, which is a bit backwards. I feel like a chauffeur now. So I'm going to pick up a customer. I'm pretty sure I was going to pick up this very same customer in the last episode. So we've got his M2 in, who was in for a diag last time. We found out it was the strut top mounts on his air suspension kit. So this time it's in for the actual repair. So we've got the two like a weird little bearings. I'll try and show you later on. Not like a normal strut top bearing, and the base just had a lot of play in them, so when he went over a bump you hear the little knock, and somebody's really turned the wheel. You got the same sort of thing, but we've sorted that. For two little bearings though, it was 150 quid. These bearings were tiny, about the size of a 50p piece, but they were quite thick, but they were about 50p piece oval. Certainly. Oh, excuse me. So today, or this week, we've got Andy and Callum have been off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Andy's not back. So Andy's off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and he's off Monday. So where you've seen the little Mark 1 Escort, I believe, that went to a wedding of Dan and Sally. Congratulations. It's all downhill from here. So Andy was basically at that wedding, so obviously he must have been rough at the weekend, and then he's away rallying in Mull this week and the weekend, I believe. So he's off. He's back Tuesday morning anyway. So his first job back in the diary is the supercharger on the XFR, because that's just arrived back from Powerhouse Engineering. They've just got that parcel to us today, so then we will get, I was going to get somebody else to do it, but it would be nice that he stripped it, he can put it back together, he knows exactly what the car needs, and somebody isn't sort of half picking up on a job that they've not started. So Andy will be doing that on Tuesday. That's got a couple of oil leaks and that supercharger back on, and then we've got today we've had a Sprinter van in for a common problem of the inlet manifold stud snap, and obviously then the gas starts going. You hear the chuffing noise, smelling the carb, and then once one snap, it puts pressure on the other ones, and they all start giving way. Before you know it, the manifold's nearly hanging off. So Phil's been on with that today. A couple of the bolts at the back that were snapped off flush, they wouldn't come out, so he's drilled, tapped, and made a lovely job of that. That is now going, just as I left to go pick his customer up, he's just done that. So he's probably got about 15-20 minutes left of that. And then this car that I'm driving now, the Disco 4, it's made a funny noise when you brake. I've looked, and the back discs are pretty rough. So he's going to do the rear discs and pads, and I've got a service kit here for it. Doesn't do many miles this car, but I still like to service it every year just to keep on top of it. We've said it before, TDV6, you just take, honestly, if you fart in the seat the wrong way, the crank will snap. So it's nice just to keep on top of servicing with these. So we've got a service kit going into it, rear discs and pads, and we'll give it a quick health check while it's on the lift. It shouldn't really need anything. I don't think it got tyres too long ago, and it got health check then, so we'll see how that goes. Who else have we got? So Sean has been on with the AdBlue fault on a Vivaro, fairly new Vivaro. We've also got a brand new Transit Connect in. Bit of a bad story really. So Transit Connect have a really good customer of ours, Gowland Dawson. So the owner has bought a brand new van just to go and do a bit of pricing or whatever he does to save taking his new car. The van's done 3,000 miles. It says that the AdBlue is the wrong quality, not the wrong quantity Obviously this is the AdBlue from Ford. It's only done 3,000 miles. And the mileage is now counting down saying no restart in XYZ. And it's unbelievable really. So the van isn't going to start after 3,000 mile. He's rang Ford and they've told him it's going to be at least 6 weeks before they can look at the van, and there's not much we can do about it. So we're going to have a little look for him, see if there's anything we can do, but to be fair, that's pretty shocking service from Ford. I'm literally just pulling up to the customer's place of work now to pick him up for the M2. And he's also, ironically, he's the same guy who does all our computers and stuff like that. Just bought a nice computer actually for the office, because I'm going to move my office around. I think Gary might go in my office, blah blah blah. Just bought a lovely computer off these guys here, so I don't know if you can see. If I can just get you off the dash. Anything to Northeast Computer, or even online, definitely use Computer Orbit. Right, I'll pick this guy up and I'll see you later on. It's Thursday. Right, it is super late in the week. So I spoke to you this morning or this afternoon when I was out and about in the car. And then it's dragged on a little bit slightly. It is 7 o'clock at night and we're still here. So I'm going to run through what's in the workshop. Some of it's been in today and some of it is in the workshop for tomorrow. So we do try and prep the workshop for the first job of the day for the lads, just so they've got something as soon as they're basically on my time, clock in, they can get straight on with the job, rather than it takes sometimes half an hour for the front of the house to shuffle the car park round. It's a bit like Jenga in the morning. It's a little bit dark to go outside, so we're going to head through here. You can see Jimmy's obviously away home, sensible lad. Gary's literally just left 2 seconds ago. So we'll start on ramp 9. So this transporter van is in for a drive shaft and a couple other jobs in the morning. I can't actually remember what's in for, but definitely for a drive shaft. Got a look at yesterday, authorised this morning, in the diary for tomorrow, trying to get that customer back on the road for the weekend. This van came in, it drove in, and then it would not restart. So it was booked in because the AdBlue fault was on the dash. But they've left it so long, so I think they've got to, it won't restart in 500 miles, then 400, 300, and then in the end they've left it till 0 miles. So they drove it in, and then it was 0 miles to restart. So there's a fault on the AdBlue system, so Sean's been looking at this today. I think he's got to the bottom of it, but I can't remember what the fix is. But I think he's got the bottom of this anyway, so he looked at this first thing in the morning, try and get this running. And there's a little fault on our auxiliary coolant pump as well, so we need to look at that while it's in. This little Hyundai i10 is in for service and M.O.T tomorrow morning. These are a pretty reliable little car really, very little goes wrong. And when they do go wrong, they're pretty cheap to fix, to be honest with you. I do like these, they drive alright as well. Put your key into there, so that basically goes into there on the van. Put it in there, that goes in the dashboard like that. Turn that, obviously that starts the van, but if you can see on that one, it doesn't actually hold the key in. So these guys were starting the van up and the key was just popping straight out the hole. So, bit of a faff to program these. Obviously it's a security issue, you can't just program on anybody, because if you could, that's how they'd probably steal your van. So, somewhere, I can't remember where, I might have it in my pocket actually. Yes. So you basically get this key, which is the dealer key from Mercedes. You put that in there like that. There's a little light will start flashing. That reads all the data from here. Then you put the new module in, which we've done. Put that key back in there. That then puts the data onto here for me. So this is all programmed, ready. So at the minute now, Don't make a twat of us. Oh, there we go. I was thinking that's not working. So anyway, that's working there now. Tell me there's a problem with the brakes because there's also ABS fault. So this is working properly and the key stays in the ignition now, which is what we want. So that key, I'm pretty sure they are one use now. It didn't used to be, but they're just one use. So that only ever used on that van. We've got our disco in. So the rear discs weren't end of the world actually. I thought they were worse than that. They're pretty good. But I had a quick spy through the wheel. I could hear a little noise. So I ordered some genuine discs and pads. Actually, I always like to use genuine discs with TRW ceramic pads. They're a really good option. I really like those ceramic TRW pads. Also, had a tell you what, look, why don't you clean this up? Anyway, new had a service kit put in it. Oil filter, air filter, fuel filter, and pollen filter, all genuine bits. And it's had a health check. The rest of the car's pretty good actually. So what else have we got over here? Sprinter van. I'll just open the bonnet so you can see what's being done. So down there, you can see a couple of new nuts and bolts there because the exhaust gasket was blown. This is the one I was saying that the bolts had snapped. So they've been drilled out, tapped, new bolts put in, and ready to go. This needs a washer pump in the morning. That'll be done. There's Philippe, absolutely sick of his life. Shouldn't have took that job on, son. This is one of the multi-connect vans. We've got a few of these vans now actually, and this has got also has the same as that. Starting to count down as a DPF and an AdBlue fault. But these are brought in when it's got 1,000 miles left, so it's easier to diag. We'll have a look at that tomorrow morning. That's for Carl. And this Ford Ranger is just been under sealed this morning, so it's just in for tonight. It'll get all dry, then we'll check it tomorrow morning. Make sure there's no bits missed or anything, but I'm pretty sure, yep, everything in there is all been basically got cleaned off. We waited for it all to dry, got rid of all the mud on the chassis, all that sort of stuff, and then we under seal it. A nice job actually. And then in that box there is the supercharger for the XFR. That I didn't think I was going to come today. The customer rang, asked us for if it had arrived. We'd tell them it hadn't arrived, and then 10 minutes later, we looked and the postman arrived and he did bring it. So very good news. But that is not in the diary until Tuesday. I think I mentioned that before. Andy's off. I'd rather he does it because he stripped it. So he gets a good job of putting it back together. So today's Thursday, so it's very late in the week to get a video going on. Just the start of the week's been crazy. We've had a bit of a just a bit of a shift around the diary. There's lots of jobs that have been lying over. Obviously got more staff now, so we're trying to push all that through the workshop. Workshop's really busy, running really well. Probably never ran as well, to be honest with you. I think the staff I've got now, I wouldn't change them, and hopefully they wouldn't change their employer either. So if we can keep a hold of them and they want to stay here, I think we'll be doing really well with the staff. We are also looking at, so the other two buildings we've got on the Team Valley, we might start taking to them now and again because they're going to start, we're going to put staff in them and get some work out of them units as well. So we do use them for storage and a little bit of work, but mostly storage. We've got, I think now 20, off the top of my head, I think it's 26 or 27,000 square feet of space on Team Valley. And we are now looking at a building around the corner, which is 36,000 square feet. So that'll take us over to about 55,000 square feet of space on Team Valley. We're just expanding all the time, which is great. Obviously, help from viewers on YouTube, help from our all the staff who are obviously working a lot, and also the customers that we have, old and new. We've got customers that we've had for a long time and customers that have just joined us today, and we'll make sure we look after everybody the same. So thanks for watching. It's definitely late. Thanks for watching tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers. Right, it is Friday morning, and I'm in the little plastic box, which is the awesome Ami. So at the minute, I don't know if you can see, but it's parked down the side of our building, and I'm now stuck because there's two Range Rovers in front of us. So I'm going to try, if I can, to get out down the side of the building. I'm not sure if that's going to work, mate, but hopefully. Let's give it a go. When we first got this building, I sunk a cherry picker down the side of here, so I took a couple of Land Rovers and some big winches to get it out. I'm just trying to think if there's a little break in the hedge to get out. Aha! There we go. Will I fit through there? Oh. I think traffic might get a little surprised when this thing comes through the forest here. Oh. Oh, little scratch. Right, and we are out. Wow, coming off the curve feels like I've just went down a mountain. Right, so we're just going off to see what's at the other units basically. I'll go and do a little stop check basically, see what's at the storage units. Hopefully there's not too much, but try and get a couple of the jobs I've had lying over. So I've got Discovery 4 that needs an engine, also RAV4 that needs an engine. What else have we got? Crafter van that needs an engine. So there's a few of the bigger jobs to get through. I just want to go and see what I have got because I keep forgetting, and then I can I'll get them all diaried up hopefully for next week. I know I've just had a phone call, two separate phone calls actually, for timing chains on the Ingenium as usual. So I need to get those diaried in. Also just had a phone call, Halford's Auto Centre's damaged someone's car during a service. I think they've snapped a spark plug in the cylinder head when they put it back in. Something along those lines anyway, so that needs recovered. What else have we got? Got a little Fiesta Eco Boost that needs a wet belt, the strainer cleaned out, and also what else it needs? A turbo. Hopefully the motor's alright, but the oil pressure light has been flickering around this morning. So then we've what else have we got? Got no indicator on, that's what we are. All down anyway. He's picked up from Newcastle, so we'll go and get that, and we'll also need to go and pick up that Fiesta. If it's possible, I'll try and get those in one hit, but I just don't know how big this Audi is. If it's an Audi A1, I'll get the Fiesta on as well at the same time. But unfortunately, if it's a big Audi, I don't think I'll get that on the Fiesta on. But we'll have a little look. So I'll leave it there. I'm going to go and see what's at these other units. And we'll speak to you soon. It's over and out for me and the Abbey. Right, good morning. So it's from NEPS. So I've said that every single video that we've done, I think we've had a NEPS van in, well now we've had a Neps truck in. I rang Dan who owns Neps just the other day and said, need a favour, I need to borrow a truck, need a tail lift, blah blah blah. And he said, oh, I've got a brand new one here, come and take it. So, top man Dan. A couple of things I need to do. I need to move something from our garage to a friend's garage. I've just done that now. That's the other side of Newcastle. And tomorrow I unfortunately agreed to move somebody's house. So I'm going to drive up to Scotland, well not Scotland, it's the border of Scotland tomorrow morning. I think I'll leave my house about 5:30. And then I'm going to bring all his stuff back down to Newcastle. Or Team Valley. Hopefully that'll be, I'll be on my way before lunchtime anyway, back down towards the garage. But there's probably not that many people that can just ring and say, here, I borrow a brand new truck. So it is a really nice truck, obviously, because it's brand new, but DAF, I don't know why. DAF's not even the best truck, but I think our DAF just drives so nice. I don't know whether because it's got 37 million mile on it, everything's dead soft and it just floats along the road or what, but our DAF does drive really nice. But this thing is ultra quiet, really smooth. It's just a bit, when you're on the bumpy roads, it's really harsh. I don't know whether it's because it's empty or what, but I still love the DAF. I'm actually on the lookout for a new DAF. Some of them maybe, I don't know, 150,000 kilometers on it. It needs to be Euro 6, maybe 2019, 2020 plate, 21. And then we're going to get it down to Hoddy's. He's going to put our body onto the new truck. And I'm not sure what to do with the old one, but we'll think of something. So as soon as I've got back to the garage with this truck, because this one's empty now, ironically I need to go up to a place called Gosforth and pick up a Neps van that's broken down. So I'll jump into our truck, Big Daphne, and go up there, get that one, come back, unload that one. And I do have another one which is a little Fiesta from Northfell, I believe, for a fault with the clutch. And then I'll get on with all the paperwork I've got to do as well. So there's no actual work going on today, but there's plenty Team Valley work anyway. I'm going to try and do a little walk around the garage before the end of the day, just to show you what's going to happen next week. There's quite a few people off next week, including myself. Not actually off. Me and Jimmy are going down to Nottingham for on a course. Jimmy's going on the course, and I'm going to go down and basically take my laptop and get some work done while I've got some peace and quiet. So I know the guy who's doing the course, so I'm just going to basically sit on it while Jimmy's taking everything on board. So Gary will be by himself on the front for a couple of days. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, and then on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday we've got 3 technicians off on a I think it's a diesel emissions course. I think, I can't remember, they've got so many courses coming up between now and April, I can't remember which ones they are, but we've had some good feedback actually off the techs who've done the courses so far, and you can see the way the diagnosing even where the diagnosing things is a lot better, a lot more forward thought, just make it easier for themselves really. And we've also got a lot of things over the weekend I need to put in the diary, because there's 22 cars that aren't on site that do need to be diaried up for, and most of them are fairly big jobs. So we've got a Disco 4 diesel engine, and the rest, there's plenty of stuff needs engines anyway. A lot of these 2 litre Eco Blue, I think they call them now, goes in the Transit and the Citroen Relay. We've got 3 or 4 of them to do. We've got a gearbox to put in. We've got, what have we got? A lot. So get all them diaried up, get them onto Garage Hive, and hopefully get the guys on it. We've also got that blue Jag outside, which I don't know if you've seen yet. That needs a gearbox as well. Pretty hard to find one. Well, I've managed to find a second-hand one. There is no new ones. We don't normally fit second-hand parts, but obviously if we can't get a new one at all, don't even manufacture them anymore, then we'll have to go down the second-hand route or the reconditioned route. So we'll probably get that gearbox second-hand, get it reconditioned so we know it's good to go, and then we will get it back in the car and get the Jag on the road. It's been off the road for about a year, I think now, so it to do with a health check back to front, make sure it's safe to drive really, because things deteriorate with age. I believe cars deteriorate a lot more just sitting around doing nothing than they do when you're using them, because things start to seize up, and just, I don't know, corrosion seems to set in a lot quicker when obviously when you're standing still, they're not getting washed or anything, so it's best to give it a good check before you get some of that back on the road. Right, I'm literally just pulling the valley, so I'm going to jump out with this into Daphne and get straight up towards Belfast. See you in Daff. Right, we're in Daphne and the sun is shining. I'm just waiting for somebody to let us out. Anybody? Hello? Anybody? Hey! Right, so I've just picked up a Neps van in in Big Daphne. I just feel like I'm at home again. That Reynolds nice, but Daphne's nicer. I've just it's a Peugeot Boxer, I think, or a Citroen Relay, same thing. That's on the back of the wagon at the moment. I'm going to go and drop this off back in the garage, and then I'm going to go to Low Fell, which is luckily only about a mile away from us. I'm going to go and pick up a little Fiesta, and that's work done for the day. And after that, it is it's paperwork now. So I must put some power steering fluid in this truck, because it's power steering have a little whine and there's a little drip on the garage floor, so I might even have a quick look at where it's leaking from as well. Someone just went straight through a red light there and he crashed into the side of the truck. So I'll go and get the Fiesta and then hopefully Ed's at the garage. Then we'll have a little wander around, see what we've got through and what's in next week. And we'll see you then. Cheers. Oh, we're on. Are we on now?
No,
Ed?
just put it.
Ed.
Just in case, you never know.
Ed, we're live on 5. You just started the camera late. Right, so I've just let's check if this is on actually. It's on. I've just been to pick up that Neps van. And then I was going to pick up Fiesta, but the guy's actually away somewhere. I'm just rang him anyway, he says he's going away somewhere. He's going to Birmingham. So we're going to organise to get a picked up Monday for him, says me doing it today. This was in for some M.O.T repairs. It failed on Thursday, and we repaired it on Friday. This is all done, just kept in sight. Goes into the steering rack, so you can see that's really, it's like super thin metal. Basically this just snaps off flush here and you're left with this little bit in the steering rack. So we're trying to save the steering rack by tapping the middle of it and slide hammer that out. Whether it works or not, I don't know. We've done quite a few and it's worked. You can use easy outs or whatever, but this one seems to be a little bit more problematic. But I'm going to give that a little go this afternoon hopefully, and it gets off the ramp for Monday. Right, actually that's the tool I've been trying to use there. So if you use the bigger one. So if you look at that, it's almost like so. So unfortunately the Eco Boost has gone Eco Boom. We're going to drop the engine out because it needs, it's got a fuel mile on, so while we do it, we're going to stick a clutch in just as a precaution. So we're going to drop the engine out, do a time belt, we'll stick a water pump at the same time, drop the sump off, clean all the strain and everything out, excuse me, because every now and again the oil light has a little tiny flicker on startup and we do not want that because that will mean kaboom. So once this is, I'll try and get this engine out possibly tomorrow, which is Sunday. Yes, Gary, working on a Sunday for you. I'll try and drop this out, which means I can then just mess about with it during the week, get it all built up, and then next weekend Gary can come in with his son, stick the engine in, and hopefully that'll be gone. It's strange on a Saturday, there's nobody in, it's just silent, it's lovely. So this Astra was just recovered into us. It went to Halford's Auto Centre. As soon as you rev the car cuts out. I haven't even looked at the fault codes yet, but Halford's have said it's something to do with the coil pack. They couldn't get it to rev, but somehow they still managed to service it and it passed its M.O.T. So Halford's, you're unbelievable, obviously. So somebody will look at this on Monday. This BMW, this 3 Series Estate taxi. This came in because the headlight doesn't work on this side. So if you look on their head, if you get close to that, there's no writing in the side of that headlight. And if you look at this headlight, this one's a genuine one. So this one says, if you can read that, BMW LED. So we've had a quick look. That's had a smash in that side of the car. Someone's then forced a plug onto the back of an aftermarket headlight. So there's nothing wrong with using an aftermarket headlight, but they've basically forced a plug onto it. It's bent the pin, snapped off the pin on a brand new headlight for the indicator. So now they've got no indicator. I think it's failed its MOT elsewhere. So we're going to put a headlight in, 2 front arms, the back wheel bearing's absolutely hanging out. A couple other bits and bobs, but that is a job for somebody on Monday. Whew, Eddie B, it's freezing. So it might look sunny, but unfortunately it's about -40. So that's the blue Jag just here. This one's the Jesus, one's a jacket, that's what it wants. This one's the gearbox put in it. All them over there are done. These are done. Pretty much everything's on here is done actually. Death Row's turned into finished row. Apart from the RAC van, they're now quibbling. I don't think they want to fix. Crafter van, this needs an engine, so we'll get that in. That'll probably not be next week, but possibly the week after, because there's a lot of training going on next week. So we'll be thin on the ground on staff, but hopefully not next week, not the week coming, the week after. This will be there. This is the truck I was driving before. So this is Reynolds 18 ton, 250 brake, I think. I'm pretty sure, I'm not really up on the Reynolds slang, but I'm pretty sure it's 250 brake, 18 ton. So it's similar to Daphne, I suppose, in the fact it's 18 ton, but honestly, getting back in the DAF, it just feels so much nicer. I don't know if it's a better truck. There's obviously like a hierarchy. Carbs moves quite a lot. It's nice and smooth. I've just took a Neps fan off the back of here, so I went and recovered that. Look at that, Eddie B. Bling,
Shiny.
bling, 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 bling. So all I need to do actually with this truck is change those boxes. I have got them, got some aluminium boxes made for that because I hate those plastic things. I've hated them since the day I got the truck. But I think, does it move a lot more this? Yeah, so if you look at this here, when you get a hold of that, the car moves a lot, and I think that's why this feels a lot softer on the road. Well, Eddie B, I tell you one thing I've got to get in the diary next week is that Discovery 3 to give away. So I think we're 22, maybe it's close to 23,000. So unfortunately I'm only 2,000 away from giving one of you viewers Disco 3. So like I said before, all the gears there waiting, I'll have to get it in the diary. I might even do it when the guys are on a training course. So Phil and Sean are on the training course this week, they're on another one. It's 3 other staff are on there, or 4 other staff are on the course this week. So I might leave Phil to get the Disco done. He's pretty clued up on the Land Rover brand. And I was going to use that Neps truck tomorrow to go and move house for somebody, like I said before, but now that recovery's not on the Fiesta and I've got everything, all the paperwork done, I think I might try and go now. So unfortunately I'll have to leave you here. Thanks very much for watching on this episode. Every episode we love the feedback, love the comments. Remember, like, share, keep subscribing, tell your friends, tell your granny, tell everybody you know. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll definitely see you next week. Cheers.